Welcome. My name is Gerri Hudson, and I want to welcome you to our premiere show. And we have some awesome decorations shared with us by a really creative artist, young woman who is just inspired, of course, to bring about this most marvelous artwork that we have here in the form of decorations. So these are from Ty's creation. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, yes, and thanks so much for having me.
Okay.
My name is Tyeisha. I have a business called Ty's Creations. I'm an event planner. I've been in business for about 5 years now, going on my 6th year. I recently graduated from Olivet Nazarene University with my business management and hospitality degree. I've always had a passion to decorate ever since I was a young girl. I always loved to, get a vision from a client and then turn their vision into a reality.
Oh, wow. So that's impressive because, we did some talking. I mean, when I think about decorating for an event, this is certainly not what I have in my mind. I put a balloon here, a balloon there, and, I think that I'm finished. So I realized that when I have a person like you who shows me what's possible when you have an event. I mean, you take somebody's imagination or their ideas and you turn it into something altogether different.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What do you think allows you to do that?
Well, God.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a very spiritual woman. He just gives me the ideas, the creativity, and I just go from there. I run with it.
Yeah. And so one of the other things that this business made me think about, certainly I've had many years myself as an entrepreneur. Most entrepreneurs are inspired by other businesses or they sort of repeat businesses that other people do. I can't think of anybody that I know who ever had a decorating business. Did you know anybody with a decorating business?
Like when I first started out, not really when I started school, I wanted to get into like event planning, but I didn't really have anyone that I knew personally in this field until I started going to school. And I actually studied on this young man named Preston Bailey who does events for like Oprah. He's wonderful. So that's who I was inspired by once I got in school. But like first starting out, no, really didn't have anyone.
No, I mean, so this is, again, all from you and the creator, because I don't, as of all the businesses, and I've known people in all kinds of business, I have not, saw anything like this from a young entrepreneur like yourself or a female entrepreneur, which also brings some added credibility, certainly as we move into a time in the universe where women are bringing forth their art, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you see yourself in, like, in the next 5 years? What do you see for this business?
In the next 5 years, I see myself with my venue, having different events inside. I would also say I see myself opening up in a school because I want to be able to teach other young individuals who wants to get in the event planning industry and just teach them how to do balloons, how to write contracts, how to manage events, and pretty much just the whole 9 yards of running a successful event.
Wow, so like you just can't like have a party and just set a date. So you're going to get them beyond the vision of just a very simple have a party, open up a space, and this is, I mean, like even what you did with those balloons. I mean, I've seen so many. I've blown up so many balloons in my life. However, I've never seen them sort of stacked up like that. What is it that made you do that? And the lettering, what made you do all of that?
So the balloon, they're called balloon columns.
Okay.
And I just wanted to like add a little spice to it by, incorporating the flowers. I always try my hardest to go over and beyond for the clients. The clients usually tell me their colors, and then pretty much all my clients, they just let me do pretty much what I do. I haven't really had any clients that's like, no, I want it like this or I want it like that. So I'm just blessed that my clients trust me to do what I do.
Well, based on your results, I think I trust you. Okay, how about that? I'm pretty sure that I would trust you. And again, I think the first time I ever saw any letters, I mean, really for me, because I'm an artist, I love decorating, but again, I
awesome.
don't have a vision like this. And I remember the very first time it was online that I saw giant letters like this. And I went out to Michael's. I didn't find them there. So where did you get the letters from? Did you create them?
Actually, I had a young lady who created them for me. So I
Oh.
purchased them from her. So it's actually helping out another woman in business as well.
Okay.
So I'm all about supporting other women in business as well, especially entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So she created those, and you're.
Yes.
So this is again, and that's really important as young female African American entrepreneurs that we sort of seek to form partnerships with one
Yes.
another in our businesses.
Yes.
And so I'm encouraged to know that you did that. So tell me about some of your customers. Tell me who these people are who give you to.
Okay, so I've been reached out by corporate from Pizza Hut. They reached out for me all the way from Texas. I have no idea how they got my information, but they
Okay.
reached out to me. The owner was very pleased. He actually wants me to do other events around the United States for Pizza Hut as well too.
Wow.
I've done events for the mayor of in Kankakee.
Okay.
Let's see, I've done like BBCHS prom. That was like my biggest event.
Wow.
Birthday parties will actually be my favorite. I love birthday parties.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So you've been reached out. People have reached out to you from other cities based
Yes.
on. It's probably because of what you are able, what you were able to present.
Yes,
Look
I've
how
done.
well you did the set.
Thank you. I've done events in Atlanta, Georgia, Kentucky, Chicago. Where else? I think that's it as of right now.
Wow. So you already, have moved beyond the Chicagoland area. So where did you get started?
I actually got started in Kankakee, Illinois. That's where
Okay.
I'm originally from. I've just recently moved to Chicago, but I'm from Kankakee.
Well, we're welcome.
Born and raised.
Glad to have you here.
Thank
especially
you.
on our premiere show.
Thank you.
You're going to take this thing and have people see what it is that we have to offer.
Yes.
All right. So again, like I said, so that your average customer is your customers really kind of span the globe from a person who is having a birthday party to a corporation
Yes.
who wants to do major parties. Because I know I from years ago I worked with a large corporation in Chicago. I don't want to give them any Quaker Oats. They don't need my plugs. But I remember one time I remember that I was in charge of the budget for the event for a party that we had, and the budget was $40,000. So corporations spend that kind of money on parties.
Yes.
So that's a big business based on like the scope. So so do you believe that people see your work and call you, or do they know you and call you, or is it word of mouth?
It's a lot of word of mouth. I've done a lot of events for people I don't know who they are, and they reach out to me and they say, I've seen your work, or someone told me about your work. I see your work all over Facebook, and I want to connect with you. I want to do business with you. And I'm like, wow, okay.
That is wonderful. Okay.
Yes.
So again, you have provided a great opening show for me.
Thank you.
And I thank you for being here.
Thank you. You're
And
welcome.
we look forward to December 1st,
Okay.
where we will be looking at the business further. But just again, you did an awesome job
Thank you.
at bringing forward our first show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ty's Creation.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.